Theological Seminary. What we do on the Dallas campus is I get to come up and get to share just a couple of housekeeping tips as you begin your studies here at DTS. And so I want to go over these just very briefly because we want you to feel a part of the Dallas Seminary family. Just because you're in Washington, D.C., or Houston, or Atlanta, or anywhere in the United States, or anywhere around the world, you are still part of the DTS family. And so please do not ever hesitate to reach out to my office so that we can come alongside to help you. Very first thing I want to talk about is prayer, pastoral care, and counseling. We want to come alongside you because we know what happens outside the classroom affects what happens inside the classroom. And so if there's some struggles in your marriage, if there's some struggles with your kids or your grandkids, if there's some struggles with finances, we know that that's going to impact your studies. And so we want to come alongside you to celebrate when things are going great and to be able to be a shoulder you can cry on when things are a little difficult and there's some struggles. So 3 things specifically: prayer. Every Thursday, the faculty of Dallas Theological Seminary prays for you. And we want to know how to pray for you. There's a very simple email address: prayer@dts.edu. That goes to the chaplain's office. If you want that to be a confidential prayer request, you can just put there confidential, and that would just stay immediately in our office. Otherwise, we're going to put it on a prayer sheet that goes out to all of our faculty. We also have a prayer group that meets a couple of hundred people, and so we want to know how to pray for you. So please do not ever hesitate to shoot us a prayer request: prayer@dts.edu. Pastoral care. We have a team here in Dallas and in Houston and in Washington, D.C. who would love to come alongside you to pray with you, to come alongside you to offer just some wisdom. Let me introduce that team to you very briefly. So Dr. Terry Woodson and Dr. Lynetta Manning, both of them work here in the Dallas office. Dr. Terry Woodson is my assistant dean. He is also our advisor to African American students. Dr. Lynetta Manning is our assistant dean, and she is also our advisor to women's students. But just because they have those designations, you can reach out to either one of them anytime you want to. Dr. Joe Allen is our campus pastor. You're going to get to know him a lot through our chapel program, which I'll talk about in just a second. But Pastor Joe loves to meet students and loves to come alongside you. And so all three of them on the Dallas office, plus myself, we're available for you. You never hesitate to reach out to us. You never hesitate to call us, shoot us an email, let us know how we can help. If you're a Houston campus student, Dr. Barbara Newman is down there, and she is a fabulous resource. If you are in Washington, D.C., Chong-A Shaw is there. So between Chong-A Shaw, Dr. Barbara Newman, Dr. Lynetta Manning, Dr. Terry Woodson, Dr. Joe Allen, and myself, we've got a lot of resources here. We want to come alongside you to help out any way that we can. We also offer professional counseling. Dr. Kelly Cheatham runs our counseling office here on the Dallas campus, but just because we're on the Dallas campus doesn't limit it to just Dallas. I have 3 part-time counselors that work in our office as well, and we do counseling by this. We use video conferencing to do counseling as well. We also try to get out to the various other campuses, especially Houston and Washington, D.C. If there's something that needs a little bit deeper, maybe an ongoing conversation, or maybe just you need to find out what resources are available, Dr. Kelly Cheatham and his team, they are fabulous to get to know. So we want to pray for you, we want to offer pastoral care for you, and we want to offer professional counseling. And all those services are free for you as a Dallas Seminary student. And I'll actually put a link below this video if you are watching this online where we'll actually describe how to get to those sites. I'll go and tell you for all of our information, students.dts.edu. That's where you're going to find all the information about anything about student life outside of the classroom. Second thing I want to talk about is talk about chapel. There is a chapel requirement and you will find that on students.dts.edu. If you are in one of the live sessions in Washington, D.C. or in Houston, you're going to have a purple flyer that's going to look like this. You're also going to have a bookmark that looks like this. If you are online, we've got this posted online for you as well. It is based on credit hours that you carry, and so you'll find a chart on there that will describe how the chapel requirements work based on your credit hours. What we do is that we have a reporting time 2 times a semester. Halfway through this semester, we want you to have fulfilled half of your chapel requirement. Then at the end of the semester, that's when you fulfill your second half of your chapel requirement. And the reason why we do that, just to be perfectly honest, is we don't want you cramming 40 chapels at the end of the semester. Chapel is there for you for really 2 purposes: for your own spiritual edification, but then also there's a larger conversation that's taking place that we want you to be a part of. We bring in world-renowned experts on hot topics, and we want you to have an opportunity to hear them. We bring in the best Bible expositors around the world, and we want you to hear them. So there's a lot of conversations taking place in chapel that we do not want you to miss. And so if you've got questions about chapel, again, go to students.dts.edu, click on the chapel link, and you'll find all the information there. Chapel reporting takes place in Canvas. Canvas is our online learning platform, and you'll be getting to know that as you do the new student assessments. If you are live in Houston or in Washington, D.C., you're going to have a card that looks like this. This is our community covenant. If you are an online-only student, we have all this online for you as well. How I describe the community covenant is that these are the family ground rules of how to live in a diverse community. If you ever come here on the Dallas campus or the Houston campus or Washington, D.C. campus, you know we are a very diverse group that is both in racial, ethnic, nationality, male, female, but also a whole wide variety of denominations. And so we want to make sure that while you are a student here at DTS, that you understand the ground rules of this is what it means to be part of the community, to be part of the family. You had to agree to the community covenant when you accepted to come to Dallas Theological Seminary, and you will sign off on the community covenant every semester you register. Actually, you'll do 2 things. You will sign off on the community covenant, and then you'll also sign off on the 7 core doctrines on the doctrinal statement. And so every semester when you register for classes, we just ask you to take a real quick review of this is our community covenant and to sign off on that and the 7 core doctrinal statements. A part of the community covenant is our dress standard. Let me make it as simple as possible. Modest, mature, discretion, and respect. We're adults, and so we want you to address what would be appropriate for adult education. So modesty, maturity, discretion, and respect. The one thing I ask is, during the academic year, fall semester, spring semester, we just ask for you to not wear shorts. During the summer, you can wear longer shorts if you would like, but just not gym shorts, just not yoga pants. You'll see the kind of information we have on the website of what we're looking for with the dress standards. And again, we just ask for everybody to comply with that. The last thing that's going to be in your packet if you are in Washington, D.C., or if you're in Houston, is you're going to have a card that's going to talk about academic integrity. Again, we'll have this online for you who are the online-only students. Let me go on and tell you now, resist the temptation to take a shortcut when the pressure is on. We're going to talk about plagiarism on here. We're going to talk about cheating on here, talk about our exam policy. We have a no tolerance. If we catch you plagiarizing, you will get a 0 on that assignment. If we catch you cheating, if we catch you doing something unethical on an exam, you get a 0 on that assignment. So don't go there. And I'll go on and tell you, we know that when the pressure is on, the temptation is there. Let us know how we can help. I always encourage students, if you are struggling on the writing end, reach out to us now. We have some great resources that we would love to make available to you. So there's kind of the housekeeping things. What you're going to hear for the rest of the day, if you're in Houston or Washington, D.C., is you're going to hear all the amazing stuff that there is available there on those campuses. If you're an online student, you're going to watch the videos of what we filmed in New Student Orientation. Again, you get to experience just a taste of what happens here on the campus. If you're an online student, love for you sometime to come visit at either one of the campuses in Houston and Washington, D.C., or in Dallas. If my office can ever be of assistance, please don't hesitate to reach out.